I got some true stories.
We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes a mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Up the middle they go with Dorsett. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they have certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
What a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these two old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
The Browns at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games, because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum, because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Flushed out. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Philip Dorsett.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
64 yards.
And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here we go. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Burrow will throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From midfield now, Burrow escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
12. 18, Mike, 18. Watch 18, 18.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow dancing to his left. He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Here we go.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd and 12, Watson, he's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Again, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Now, this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Running right, it's Dorsett. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Watson. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Touchdown, Browns. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now Burrow on first down. Forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I'm sure that was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they've pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Here we go.
A handoff, Dorsett up the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw, Watson. On the move to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. 26 Mike.
Throwing again is Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. 24 is the Mike.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
24 is the Mike. 24 is the Mike. Now watch one, watch one.
Watson looks to throw again. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
1st down, here's Burrow. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 26-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
12.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Browns drive about to get started. Now, all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. On second down, they'll run it here. They find some open field here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
C.J. Board, 70 yards. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. After the sack on first down, Burrow eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. On second and 7, Watson steps away. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And the Browns are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns could be on their way to 7-1 as they add on to their lead. The York on now for the extra point.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11 MT. You got nothing. Watch 18. 18's the mic. Got you, boy.
Looking to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On second down, here's Mixon. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. They'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 27, Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
11. 180. 18. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Watch 18. 18's the mic. All day. Mike 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Come on, right?
15, guys. Mike 15, all right? Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Watch 15. Watch 15.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run